Gotta wait 1 minute. Close enough. It's 7 o'clock on Monday, March 9th. I'd like to call this select board meeting to order. The first order of business is to elect the chairman for the board. Do I have any nominations?
For chairperson of the board, I'd be delighted to nominate John. I'm sorry. Should we start having me to go on?
Is anyone seconding that?
I'll second.
The motion's been made and seconded. Is there any discussion? No discussion. Moving on. Those in favor of electing John West as chairman of the board of the select board of the town of Bakersfield, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. I abstain. All those opposed? Passes. 4 with one abstention. With that, I pass the meeting off to you, sir.
Thank you. We also need to elect a vice chair. Is there any nominations for vice chair?
I nominate Lance Lawyer.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Any other further nominations? Seeing none, we'll move on. All those in favor of Lance Lawyer being vice chair, state aye.
Aye.
Any against?
Also one abstention.
Thank you. Moving on to previous minutes. Do we have a motion to accept and to amend previous minutes?
I would make the motion, we accept the previous minutes as emailed out.
Thank you. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Thank you. Motion's been made and seconded to accept previous minutes as presented. All those in favor, please state aye.
Aye.
Against? 5 ayes. Moving on. Tom, finance? You're up.
Welcome to the captain's chair, first of all. And welcome to John's old chair, I guess, over there, so. A few questions, nothing too big, but on, I think, the warrant this week, when you get to it, you'll see there's a few of the not town in-out transfers to the library and a few of those places.
Yeah.
The after-school program had some subsidy money, that because they're under the umbrella of the town for payroll and stuff, they're getting subsidies for some of the people that are at the after-school program. They're just in and out. So you're just gonna see, if you see on there, it's gonna say not town ASP, which is after-school program, and that's all that is, money in, money out, but it's not town money, just on its way through.
Thank you.
Since the budget got approved, last year we transferred all of the repair fund money in one block so that you'd have it on your front page of what was left. And because the money is in the account, I was gonna do the same thing this year if you guys, I mean, otherwise we do it piecemeal. As repairs come through, we do it a little bit at a time, but that was easier just to do the voted block. This is for a separate fund, if you didn't already know this, for the equipment repairs and stuff, where the money's voted for that and transferred from general fund in total into the repairs. That any problem with doing it the same way?
Don't
I
anyone?
mean, you can always
Sir?
bring it back, but you can, if you ever ran out of money here, but that way you've kind of got in the bank balance for that account. You've got the total amount remaining, really. So it just makes it easier to look at it as much as anything. And it makes it easier. It doesn't have to get on the warrant every expense. On the town or the road, well, let me start with the town. On your sheet with the town income expense, I just had a question. We have all those accounts within the general fund that we kind of keep track of, the little piles of money. There was a planning expense grant expense that at the moment I stuck it in there. But I don't know if you want it in there or not. It's kind of broken out separately on the sheet, but within those little sub funds, I didn't know if you wanted that in the planning expense pile, and then when you got the grant, put that in as receipts, or just not have it in there at all. My confusion here by pointing in different directions here.
So it's on the back of the page, guys?
Yeah, so if you look at the second page, under planning fund,
5,000, 12.
exactly, so that's planning grant expense.
That's the town plan, that's,
Right.
sorry, that's the town plan, so that's a very specific,
Yeah, it's not town money.
it's not town money though, so
So that shouldn't be in there at all then, is that?
it should be under the planning.
Planning, the
commission.
planning.
Um, What's gonna happen is we'll pay for it up front. But we've already received an advance from the planning grant. Excuse me, my throat is giving me problems tonight. We've already received an advance from the planning grant to, what was the amount? Do you remember, Nikki?
The total amount?
Yeah. No, for the advance.
7.
Okay. So you should have that in record somewhere that we received that
And
advance.
maybe that's why it starts out with 5,700 as the start of the year. Did we already receive that last year? Was that possible?
It came in at the end of last year. didn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
So maybe that was in the, so does that mean the expense should go in? So that if you look down, the ending balance as of this moment is
Should
700,
be kept as a separate cell.
right?
But
But on here then, I mean, is that in the right place? Because that's,
you're the one who's got to keep track of it.
yep,
I know what it is. You know what it is. Is it defendable where it is?
I can defend it. You understand it? Yeah, just so that you're clear on, I stuck it,
Okay.
so to speak. Because that sub-fund, if you will, whatever you want to call it, account within the account. I mean, you had the running total, the start of the year was 5,700, so now you've got 729 left.
But there'll be more coming in.
I mean, and if more comes in,
Because we have to apply.
Okay, I mean, I'm not on the planning commission.
Oh, that's
so-
right. You're not on.
yeah, so I will leave it there for now. And I can defend it there. And as long as if the question comes up, that we know where it is at least. It was just, I don't know how you look at these sometimes, if you're expecting that to be something apart from regular planning stuff.
This would be, I mean, it is planning, but it's kind of separate because I mean, it's a specific project.
Yeah.
It's not regular expense.
Yep.
I mean, do you want me to reach out to Luke and find out what that
Yes.
process is?
Right, yeah.
I'm
We've already pulled that amount, so again, yeah, we can take it out if we need to for future.
With some of the grants that I've worked with, the town is responsible for the upfront payment and is reimbursed.
And we have
If
paid
you
it.
go over that amount, just keep track of it.
Yep, it's all in there both places and it's pretty much jumps out at you from either report, so I'll keep track of it there. And the other one, just, I think on the road, when you look at the road income expense, I'm not throwing Al under the bus on this one. Because it's not his fault. It might be his fault. Actually, yes, could very well be his fault, but I think the shop expense, some of the things that got categorized as shop expense, maybe in the past were under repair or something else, because if you look, we've spent 8770 on shop expense so far through February with a budget of 7,500. And I suspect that some of I mentioned it, Dow, so we'll go through, and it's easy enough to move stuff if we find that tire chains, for example, I don't know where those,
Under equipment.
under equipment or repairs, repairs and maintenance.
If they're new change, they'd be under equipment, right?
Yeah,
no
That's the way
equipment.
I understand.
So chains would be equipment?
Yes.
Okay, well, that's one of them right there, 1,600.
Yep.
That we can, so there might be a few others like that for the next report, we'll just make sure that we get our heads together. And-
Shop expense is generally expendables.
Which one?
Yeah, and
Shop expense.
The shop expense
What about it? You
is
said,
generally expendables.
yeah, I know some of the names here.
Uh,
oil, grease.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
type of stuff.
it'll be the road guys that, and getting together with Kathy, we'll figure it out. I usually put it in however it is on the warrant, so I'm not always privy to
I see what you're saying.
what it is even.
Mhm.
But in case you look at that and say, gee, it's probably not good to be 116% of your budget at the end of February, which is what I said when I saw it. We'll figure out why for next time. And I think other than, year end was most of the stuff, January, February, the audit completed. Everything's balanced. I don't mean to say that with surprise or anything. Yeah, no surprise in my voice, but each year trying to improve a little bit, because I think I said last year with Vera doing the audit,
Mhm.
she has done everything her way for 20 years with spreadsheets and all these things and all the same information. I have all assembled in QuickBooks, and all the bills from property taxes all come over into QuickBooks. So it's just a matter of getting and customizing reports so that we can next year more quickly just pull out this piece of information that used to be in a spreadsheet. Same information, it's just handing it off and getting it all so that everybody doesn't waste any time looking for that information. So I think we got a few more memorized, customized reports for next year. But the main thing is all the money was accounted for, I think, is the first goal.
Good.
Did, we paid our share for that paving project, right?
Mac has actually, we have the pamphlet down there, and I talked to Mac about the grant. And he was supposed to come in last week and sit down with me and figure that out. I don't know the question to that. He has the question to that, or the answer to that, I'm sorry. You're talking about the paving for East Bakersfield, right?
Yeah, the avenue
And
and
the avenue, right? I'm not quite sure what the status is on that. I tried to ask Mac, and
the reason I ask is the balance seems a little high.
yeah, and I don't believe we got reimbursed it for.
Okay.
Oh, check. Well, are you talking in the account itself? The bank account? Is that what you're looking at when you said that's high?
Yeah. Says
Yep.
there's 64,000 and
Yeah, I don't think I've written anything out of that account. I think we paved something,
we did.
Hungerford or somebody.
I believe it was a 10% matching grant.
Yeah, I don't know, but I don't think anything's been paid rightly or wrongly out of the paving account, so we can check on that.
I think we obviously paid it, but we haven't got reimbursement. It's been sent.
Possibly because we haven't paid our 10% match.
Right.
But I didn't take it, I didn't take it out of that account, so maybe it got paid out of the general account and should have come out of paving. I can double check that and see if,
Oh, that's one of those grants that
Yeah.
we get reimbursed.
and you have the separate bank account for it, so, so I'll make a note to also check on that, and see where that got paid from, if it was paid appropriately, and I think that was pretty much what I had. We're only 2 months in, so not too much has happened other than finishing out last year and getting the town budget approved, so congratulations on that, you guys deserve
Thank
credit
you
for
for your
that.
help with that.
What's that?
Thank you for your help as
Oh,
well.
yeah, my part was minimal, you guys. But you're welcome, you're welcome.
Trouble.
So, Tom, on the CDL training, real fast, the CDL training on the
Yep.
road. We currently have what, 3,000 in that?
Great.
Well, we have $2,892. You see, it's under road, page one.
Right, so we spent 108 and we got 3,000 budget, which question?
Well, the question is, now we funded that again for,
Yes, we budgeted for that.
Mhm.
okay, all right, that's,
It was all in the budget. I waited until I didn't want to jinx anything, so I didn't, last month, I didn't put the budget numbers in until
Yep.
it was voted. I'm superstitious.
Yep.
But these are the total,
Mhm.
I mean, the total doesn't match the budget, because you guys know your grants are coming in, but these are the numbers off the sheet from what you,
from November and all.
correct,
So
from
no.
your final budget numbers.
We're gonna have to do something.
we're gonna have a shortfall there depending upon what CDL it is. We'll figure that out, though. We'll have to work on that.
It'll be
And then,
reversed.
Amber, do you have any questions? I mean, Tom does it like we were all a little confused when we first saw his numbering, but we can help him through it because the positives are in the bracket, right? Where I'm used to the negatives in the bracket. But we're on the upper side and the percent of the budget that's remaining.
But you never saw it the old way, so it may not.
It may-
It'll be easier.
You guys, it sort of reversed itself from what you used to see, and I did give Amber the January one just, because I'm sure she was eager to just look at all of that stuff in her free time, but.
Absolutely great.
So,
Anybody have any questions for Tom? No? Thanks, Tom.
Thanks.
you're welcome.
Great night.
Nice drive tonight. It was light.
Window on town.
Yeah.
What's that? Yeah, I think they need to put a sign where there's no bumps. Yeah, not a sign where there are.
Well, Steve.
You can't have snow and no bumps, and you gotta pick one.
What's that?
It's either snow or bumps.
Exactly. Yeah.
Another 3,000.
That's all right. I thought we bumped it up.
Guys, have a good evening. Thank you.
Thanks, Tom.
At
The
the
28
balance
to
today, plus
58.
3,000.
Yeah, so Lance looked it up. We budgeted an additional 3,000 into that, so it'll be 58.
Yeah, it
It should be good for a
be
B.
pretty close.
We may be a little short on an A.
No, right.
Excellent. Yeah, perfect. Anything else for the consent agenda?
Yummy.
No, seeing none, we'll move on to visitors. Tammy, Lister, Nemrick, system update denied. Moving on. Go ahead. Could you turn on your mic, please?
Yes.
It's not registering. You speak up?
No, you're not getting recorded.
No, you're gonna have to go over to the table,
Oh,
please.
now it did.
Oh, there you go. Hang on.
It
Did it
might
work?
be left it.
Well, it could be us. All our mics are on too.
Turn off. Yeah,
Can you go now? Go now?
there you go.
Oh, yeah.
Go ahead.
Man.
A little more bass into that.
I went to a training, piano training week before last. At St. Mike's, and we discovered that there's 3 layers. There's our layer, which lives here on that computer. There's the second layer, which is the iCloud layer. And then there's .NET, which is web. For us, John especially knows that this little system is not working anymore. It's not supported anymore. Every time a
Yeah.
live network update has to happen, we have to do it, and I have to call John. And he has to get on the network for like an hour and a half. Because it shuts me right now, and there's one that's ready to be done, and when we start transferring things from network to TCP and back. We have to do those live network, those updates before we can do it, so every single time I have to get him. Can you be here then? And get a hold of Chris, so. The second one, which is cloud-based, lives at Nemrick. And they would do all the live updates themselves, it would be automatic. We would have remote access, it's not web-based, but we could, as a user, there'd be 2 users. Me and Sharon, unless we had a third person. Could pull up information at home, should we need to. Because I get calls at home, I get texts at home about Mr. stuff. Because, and that would be really, really good, so. For the setup, which I would need you for. Cause it's a whole deal. It's $750, but then the user fee, and we still pay our storage fee like we do now. But the user fee is, I think it's $10 to $13 a month per user. So we would pay a monthly subscription of $20 to $26 a month for 2 users. What we're thinking is possibly waiting until after the reappraisal. That way we don't have to cover them as users.
Mhm.
But the land record module would have to be updated too, because all the system would be.
Moving over.
would be in there instead of here.
What do you pay now for your storage fee, just out of curiosity?
I think it's like $500 a year. But I think it has to happen.
I don't think we
This
have
is
a
like-
choice.
I don't think we have a choice.
It enables a few things. Once it gets online, if I remember correctly, Tammy, and you can obviously correct me if I'm wrong, end users can actually do the search and pay a fee. Is that going to be available for them still versus coming here? So they're not turning that on? We didn't turn that on because that was something we talked about, right? Where an end user could pay a fee. Yeah. Mhm.
In 2008.
Okay.
So in about 40 years that somebody could actually. You
Go
know,
reference.
possibly.
But is that something we could do down the road?
Oh, yeah, we can do that down the road. Mhm.
And then the other thing is, I mean, it makes it easier. You're not tied to one computer system. You know, because, we have we have laptops, we have computer systems, and we actually have a number of systems tied into the main, we'll call it the server, even though it's a PC.
Right.
We have a number of systems tied into that here, but it would enable them to not have to go through this one box, which is a good machine. We just built it, but
Still can't. Accomplish this live memory update.
there's a problem with the update, and we know it. It has to do with security features and updates that were done on the back end that make it almost incompatible. We have to fight it, and I mean fight it every time they get it to take it. It's like almost monthly, I think. Sometimes if they have something come out early. Yeah. Because I have to come in on a day that I'm working from home, not from. the
Amy, do you
office.
have the money in your budget
Then I
to
have to come
cover this
when
cost?
she's here, because I need her here.
Yeah.
You know, but
Beyond that, you'd be able to cover the other costs other than this.
Yeah, well, it's the per seat monthly recurring.
So you said
Payment.
wait until the reappraisal is done?
only because then it would leave the user.
We're almost done, aren't we?
Well,
Okay, I mean, if you think
Yeah.
that's.
but then
Well, then.
I don't know if they would. I'm not exactly sure. I know they're here involved for grievances. I think they've already sent Molly to Shelburne. And she still has information to put in to get all the data in before April 1, but it's gotta happen on April 1 because.
That's cutoff date.
She said today that she was going to be leaving April 1st or something like that. Yeah.
I think they wouldn't be. Maybe during grievance hearings, but I think mostly the response will be the listers. You know, they're here to defend the values for those.
Yeah. The worst case scenario, we'd have 3 users if you got another lister.
Or behind the assessment.
Right, which we've talked about, right.
Perfect.
So I think it's worth the $750 if we have to pay that out of our budget.
It'll be about
Because you're spending that in just the time that you guys do the skill.
I don't charge coming up. I haven't charged the town yet, so.
Could.
I could, technically I could, yeah, I don't though.
It'll be about $1,100 for this year and then
Yeah,
Number.
$300 a year after that.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
They're gonna start doing what? I don't know, if they're gonna charge us for the support on it. How nice, nice.
and if you're on the cloud-based system, you do away with all the security.
They asking you to go hosted.
Yeah.
And that's how they all are doing.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's easier for them and it's easier for us in the long run.
Great, sounds like this is
Mhm.
gonna be very awkward working.
Yeah.
But I think that we don't need that on our.
Steps.
So does anyone want to make,
I'll make a motion that we proceed with Tammy's recommendation of going to the cloud-based NREC system.
I'll second that.
motion's been made and seconded. Is there any further discussion? No? Okay. All those in favor of going to it?
Aye.
Any against? 5-0. Thanks for the gallery. Is that it, Tammy? Is that it, Tammy?
The FD, the FCDIC, whatever, wants permission to use our website photos.
I didn't see that.
There.
Okay, we'll do that when we hit the mail.
Yeah.
Did you get to read the mail yet, Todd?
No, I haven't seen it.
Pass it on down.
Oh, there it is.
Grab the phone, but it said,
To the front door? When's that happening?
Do it.
Keep in mind, you gotta cut keys for a lot of keys. Are they not just gonna rekey it to our current keys? Combination lock for the front door?
Like the library does.
Yeah, okay.
Maybe someone change keys, we just change the combo. No, that's the return fee. Okay.
I don't know. Whatever you decide. That's you and Kathy. Well, if we get a Schlage lock, you can just rekey it to the same, it's Schlage, right?
I got a question. We frequently have new officers and we have old officers leaving.
Yeah.
Are you gonna have to change a code every time somebody
Somebody's
leaves?
Yeah.
Yep.
I got enough problems remembering.
No, you'll have to.
You'll have to, yeah. Yep.
You can even get the.
Guess I'm never getting in. So.
Everybody.
Yeah.
So you know by the code and it logs it, who came in the building at what time.
That would
And then you
be.
would have some your coach.
I read it, yeah.
Okay.
It's the mail if you want to peruse it.
I'm okay with it.
Let you know.
Thank you. Well,
Just
we
don't
have
change
Heather
it.
here. Heather, are you just a witness or you have something to transact?
Happened at my house this evening. Oh, sorry, I should know better.
You should.
I did
So-
see about that. Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm okay. This is like the second time. Oh, this is Heather Jewett,
Is
not
Mike on?
speaking on behalf of the planning commission. Yeah, it's on.
Go ahead, Heather.
So I don't know if you guys saw the Facebook post, you did too. Amber, I talked to about it. I don't know if you saw it. So this Saturday, it was yesterday, sorry. My husband came home and it was around 7:40 and somebody pulled in the driveway, completely drunk, out of his mind. And then I came home later, he had gone and then came back, and by the time I got home, he was sitting in the driveway, and I got out and Dennis I didn't know who it was at first, I thought it was his brother. Anyways, Dennis kind of gave me the nod, like, don't go, so I'm like, okay, I went. So anyhow, he was a bit drunk, ended up passing out on our front porch.
I told you, I promised not to do that again.
I know. I told Sharon, I'm like, Sharon, come get your boy. He totally, I couldn't even, he was like laying right in front of the door. I do have the link and I will send it to you guys, the footage of it, just for your documentation, because I am making a public complaint, I guess. We did call VSB. VSB did come. It took him two officers. He did not go willingly. He was very nice up until that point, but he was very insistent in to stay in the house. And he kept trying to get in the house. And Ollie, my dog, was like, I thought she was gonna like take him out. I'm like, dude, she's big. Don't mess with her. And but the point is it took 45 minutes to get the state trooper to our house. If it had just been myself and my dog, like who knows, like my dog right now is, would protect me, I would think, but if the guy has a steak, I think she'd trade me for a chicken nugget, so I'm just saying, we need to have a little more something. We need to have something where people don't have to wait 45 minutes. And somebody else reached out to me today and said that happened to her on King Road or King Hill Road at 10 o'clock at night. Somebody showed up to her house completely drunk, and the only reason he was there is because he was trying to get into their house. And he couldn't even find I guess he was on a side-by-side. He couldn't find the side-by-side. He was so, inebriated. She got his, so, I'll let her, if she wants to tell you the name. I couldn't really get the name. Dennis couldn't get the name out of the guy. And my husband was extremely relaxed and kind and gentle with him, because we just don't know the story. You never know. He could have lost his wife. He could have lost, anything could have happened. But the point is that it took them 45 minutes. In the back of my mind, I'm thinking about the lady down the road who got murdered a couple of years ago. You know, and this is, like I said, this is the second time this has happened to us. This happened to us a couple of years ago when the people who camp across the road, I was at home by myself, and he actually did get entry, fought and pushed his way in the house, and had to hide in the bathroom. So, and then Dennis came home and took him home to his house. And we talked to the neighbors and said, you can't let this guy come over anymore. And they apologized, but what do we do? Like, I get it. Like, even if we had state troopers, chances are they're not gonna be here that night,
Right.
you know, and I guess nobody wants to be a constable.
No.
Constable couldn't do that.
A constable couldn't do it.
Well, they could, but they'd have to be.
They'd have to be trained.
level-
Trained.
We
It's
sort of,
just- Yeah, and then the
Believe that
liability to
gambit
the
already
town.
trying to figure it out because it's expensive.
Uh,
the liability part.
Yeah.
Liability, you'd have to supply them all his gear, training, their gear, sorry, training, a vehicle. I mean, it was very expense intensive, and then the salary to have.
yeah, somebody,
It's a real conundrum. It's
yeah,
all the reasons you're stating.
Yeah.
We
I think when
get it.
I think in a situation like that, that's where self-defense training really comes
Mhm.
in your part. Because when you have a situation like that, whether it's a sheriff coming or time is of the essence.
Yeah.
You know, something like that, the guy was clearly probably intoxicated. I would have checked him for weapons,
yeah.
you know, I would have pulled his wallet, I would have kind of restrained him. And then.
He's a kind of a big one.
That's where you'd be surprised.
Yeah.
Your size with the proper training can do to a big guy like,
Yes,
you
and
know, and it's like, nobody ever wants that to happen, right?
Right.
So when it does happen,
It's okay.
it's handy to have. And I lucked out because Dennis was a corrections officer for 10 years. So he knew how to handle them. He knew what to say and how to handle them. And he was so kind and gentle. Yeah, the guy was hugging him. I'm like, oh my goodness, we got bromance going on out here. You know, he's like kept giving him hug and singing yippee ki. Oh yeah.
Was he in a side by side?
No.
Car.
Old
He was
gentleman,
in a
tall,
truck.
skinny,
No.
maybe like 5+, 5.5.
No.
He's not a local resident.
It's not it.
It was-
I saw the,
Oh, I didn't see the police report.
if you
Did-
go look, if you go under the VSP press releases, it will show you.
Will show, okay, I'll have to look that up. Yeah, because I think he came back today. Because I saw somebody come back around the house, but in a different car that looked like him, and he was goosenecking it to where the truck was. His truck was, like he was hanging out the window. I just happened to be there at that time, and he was hanging out the window to look. And I'm like, you know, so it just made me nervous again. And the point is like, you know, like I have self-defense training. I took that through Rosalie, through that guy. But I shouldn't have to rely on that only because there's also laws. I have to be willing to shoot somebody, and I don't think I'm anybody who's planning to rob me.
I would say you did the best you could, which is dial 911,
Yeah.
get the police there as soon as you could.
And you're not the only one in that, they're short-staffed right now. I just spoke to the commander about some other issue that I had on a recent accident scene.
Mhm.
And some of it comes down to the information given to, not saying you did it wrong, but some of the information given to the dispatcher
Mhm.
doesn't always make it seem like a critical thing. So
Right.
you have to be very careful. In this case, it was an accident. The individual said, I'm not hurt. I don't need the police. Well, he did. He did. need the
Yeah.
police. So it comes down to that information, which
Yeah.
like if I tell you something, you tell Al something.
Yes.
By the time it gets to that final person doing the dispatches, sometimes it's changed.
And I think that he thought that because I wasn't hysterical,
Mhm.
I wasn't crying, I wasn't upset, I wasn't angry, I wasn't, you know, it's just like, can you please send somebody? My husband's out entertaining this gentleman. And it's been going on for a while now, because Dennis did try to give him a ride home. And, but he wouldn't give his information.
And I think at that time of night, you're talking 3 troopers that cover Grand Isle and.
Yes,
So it's not
Yeah.
a big number right now.
Yeah,
And some of those are being, unfortunately, being reassigned to Burlington.
yes,
Over time,
yep.
so they don't have a lot of that extra staff right now. So unfortunately, they're not coming to calls for EMS calls right now unless it's a life or death situation.
See,
They're
that's.
coming to, they're not doing welfare checks. They're asking EMS to do some of the welfare checks now because they're so short-staffed. They don't have people. Or in the case the other night where they had the officer that was dragged by the car, all the officers were tied up
Yes.
on that particular thing. So it all
That's-
depends on what's going on
Yeah,
between here and the Williston area and Derby area, because that's,
Right.
so there's,
And there's-
then I guess is the easiest way to say it. Not sticking
Right.
up for them, but
no, I get it, because like I really love the Vermont State Police. They've been excellent. They were so kind to him when they picked him up. They
Mhm.
treated him
Yep.
humanely. We got the whole thing on our Blink camera to
Yep.
make sure they were protected,
mhm.
against anybody saying anything, because he did not want to get, he's trying to make a run of it in the woods. Dennis is like, oh, no, you're not, buddy. He's like, I can do it. I can do it. And so anyhow, I think I just wanted to go on record that I'm making an official, record of it, because somebody told me I had to do that or something like that. Like I should make an official statement to the select board that I was concerned and that.
Don't be afraid to make a call to the St. Albans Barracks and ask for Lieutenant Michael Camerling.
Mike,
He's the barracks commander.
okay,
He is super open. I've known him for years. Super open to any kind of concern or comments that you have that, he will look into
Yeah.
like he did for me and say, hey, here's what the background was to the whole thing, or here's why it took so long. My trooper was in
gotcha.
Grand Isle. So I had
Yes.
to respond from Grand Isle to get here. It's just a good way. And again, he's all about public safety and all about
Yes.
working with the communities.
Yeah.
And he came here, and Sergeant Hunt is the one that's assigned to Bakersfield
Yeah.
right now.
Who is it?
Sergeant Hunt
Hunt?
is the one that's assigned to our area.
Yeah, I think- Because one of
It's hard to call him. Like I say, he's a very personal individual. He is very supportive of the community, and he wants to know if there's an
Mhm.
issue out there, what he can do,
what he can do
if
to
he
make.
can do it,
Yeah.
But he'll tell you.
Concerned, like this drunkenness is like 2 weekends in a row. So we're not even in summer yet. So that's what my other thought is, if we don't have the money, we don't have the resources, they don't have the manpower, what about a neighborhood watch? Can there be a list? Can we recruit a list of people who are willing? Like, we lucked out that my brother-in-law lives down the road. And I texted him, I'm like, Matt, can you come help your brother out? And he was right there. That might not be the case for, the neighbor down the road, but we should have a group of volunteers who are willing to just come help people out, not expecting them to do, police work, but just, maybe, a buddy system or something. I don't know what we can do if nobody wants to put the money, and I'm not saying you, because I am well aware the town does not put the money.
Buy me for a constable.
Yeah,
That's not even, it's millions. We look, it's,
that's crazy.
yeah,
So would it be cheaper for a sheriff?
Just,
but there is one, that.
Yeah.
you
They
know,
have
we
to
had
go
that
through the
person
academy.
Where we actually had approval from the town to have a part-time police presence, and we couldn't get a contract.
I didn't know that, yeah.
Fine. This is. We.
hopefully, and this is hopefully this November, we will be getting a new sheriff in this county.
Mhm.
I've already put my 2 cents in with Enosburg and some other surrounding towns to say, let's work together with the new sheriff. Maybe we do the same thing we do with the ambulance kind of thing, where you pay a per capita fee, and if we can get 8 hours of coverage, or we can get 6 hours of coverage,
Yeah.
work it out as a group within the county to
Yeah.
keep that coverage going.
And if they offer like on-call service or something, like if we call, somebody calls in, in this case, like Dennis was able to see he didn't have a weapon.
Mhm.
So that kind of de-escalated it in
Right.
our minds a little bit, but really we couldn't see underneath. Dennis didn't go through his truck, and we did not want him to drive off in his truck. That was my biggest concern, was the fact that he could drive off and then he's dead or somebody else is dead.
Yeah.
So anyhow, that's that's the reason why I came tonight, and just like, what can we as citizens of the town do? Like, is there anything we can form, like some kind of a neighborhood watch, where there's a list of people and we can call if something happens, we can just call and say, hey, are you available? Are you willing? Are you okay? Are you available? There are some people in town that I think would do something like this, because we've seen them run off other people. Like, there's that one guy in town who ran off the other guy, but
Be careful with that.
Yeah.
It sort of becomes a slight sort of vigilante kind of situation.
right.
It opens all kinds of liabilities.
Yeah,
That's true too.
Which is it's a.
Yeah.
that's people
Hey.
watching people's house, making calls to 911 if they see
Yeah.
something.
That,
That's
Yeah.
typically what,
We used to ride around the neighborhood, like literally in cars and bikes
yeah,
and.
sometimes
Well,
they did, yeah.
the eyes
But you
and ears
had
of
no,
police. We didn't
it was
intervene.
basically called for help.
yes,
The
if you
key
saw
was,
yeah.
we never intervened. We were the eyes and ears for the police, and we would call.
The call, yeah.
We had, I don't want to call it preferential treatment, but they knew that we
They knew.
we were trained by them and we were.
You don't pay for the extra.
And they would respect our calls.
Like,
It's certainly
Yeah,
would be
blink.
interesting to ask if neighborhood watch is something that you think might work around.
You
your
tell you
area.
reach out to the organization.
But okay, I know nothing
Reach out
about
to
it.
that organization.
We formed our own. Now, the thing is,
The state has it.
the density is difficult and
Yeah,
the
exactly.
spacing, right? I mean, you have a lot of, maybe in town it'd be easier because it's more dense, but when you get out to where Heather is and self. and
Yeah.
Folks here, there's a lot of distance to travel
Yeah.
to keep an eye out for someone maybe going. And the other thing is, we would do this down in Philadelphia. We'd do this till like 1 o'clock in the morning, right? There's a cutoff, you only have so many people. And the final thing was originally the interest was a magnitude of people was amazing. We had so many people, you didn't know what to do with them. You were doing them in shifts, and then all of a sudden, as the month went on, a couple months, and by the time 6 months, there was like 5 of us.
Yeah.
And the first year was 3 months done. So, it's like anything else, unfortunately.
Yeah.
The interest wanes and
I
real
mean-
steps in.
I mean, if in the summer, I think it would be super helpful, because that's when there's a higher risk. I mean, I don't mind riding around, and as long as I don't have to intervene, I'll call somebody and or say, hey, there's somebody getting into your garage, or there's somebody, whatever. Yeah, and having a cell tower would be,
There's no communication.
yeah.
And you'll go home.
Right.
I'll have to go home and get a satellite phone with my big money there. But yeah, so anyhow, I don't wanna keep you guys going. So sorry. Yeah, sorry for derailing you guys. I just,
No.
It's important. Us just it is too.
thank
Thank
you.
you.
Do you want this off?
No, because Al's coming up. Hey, Al, you're up.
Well, it sounded like we ended up at the White House because some people wouldn't probably
Tolerated it.
tolerated that,
Dennis,
so.
Dennis, you've got a best friend for life. Little concerned.
I got
Next on the agenda.
Votes. Good evening. What's up?
I'm glad you get a new truck. I make a big.
Actually, try to drive it tomorrow for the first time. We're gonna try to haul some gravel.
Other radios are in it.
Which one do we have?
We have the tandem that we put on the store,
It's 3, I think.
but it's
Thank you for your help the other day on the accident. It was much appreciated.
cell phone number, so feel free. Same with anyone, you guys or gals, if you have a
Is it okay to give that to Central Dispatch?
yes, absolutely. Give it to
We're at
Same number.
max number.
782. Whoever to get it. Communication's the key. The quicker you can get hold of them.
The other day by accident, the number they had. So I was able to reach them on the radio, which worked out really well.
It's unfortunate that happened.
Yeah.
Could have been worse.
Yep.
So,
Oh, Boston Post.
so.
Mhm. Mhm.
So saw, they're, yeah, places, they're, you know, they're definitely up there. That includes the installation for the new trucks. Even though it's already paid for,
Okay.
so, and I think we'll have to do that again for a while, the road, so that's something that's probably lasts us 10 years, 12 years. And so it's, we're kind of at the mercy of Bearcom because there's else.
No,
So,
Enosburg is using Bearcom right
yeah.
now for.
So other than that,
It happened to that group in Milton there.
it
Was Radio North before, there's only Radio North, Burlington Communications are the only other two radio shops now in this state.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
so,
Marks went out about 3 years ago. He used to sell Kenworth. He went out of business and then, yeah, so Kenworth got picked up a little bit by John Feeney, who owns
Yep.
Radio North. And
So-
stuff, but he is just overwhelmed right now because he lost one of his technicians, his lead technician, so
Yep, that's what I'm saying. So it's understandable.
pretty much locked into the central dispatch system. They don't do much beyond that.
So anyhow,
We're going to Bearcom. The critical part there is like Enosburg's looking at it. If you go under contract with them, you come to the top of the list anytime you have a problem. If you're not contracted, they'll still do it, but their contracts come before anybody else.
got you. Go figure.
You call it, you
New
don't
employee.
get it right away because we're not under contract with them.
Gotcha. What's that?
New employee.
He hasn't started yet. He was scheduled for a drug test Wednesday, as we all were. Just put us all on the list and check us all. They canceled because wherever they were coming from, the roads were too icy. So
So
They-
reschedule.
So it's rescheduled for the 16th, which I think, so we weren't sure. To that. That was kind of,
Wait,
We have to wait.
that's a really, okay, that was the question I asked.
We do want to do a formal offer letter though, don't we?
Yes.
So how do we make, who does that?
We'll get a
I
rough
think-
draft, we'll get a rough draft out later.
Yeah, and they're all gonna need to go over the personnel policy and sign it for this year.
right,
We'll get that printed if Tammy can.
but I think like
The
we were
back part of the
talking
personal
briefly about,
book,
in the offer letter,
you're
we should
supposed to
include
enter-
obviously the hourly rate.
So
In my
we should get
opinion,
copy.
anybody can say
Yeah.
yea or nay. The hourly rate, we should include the conditions for the CDL, a B and an A, and what were expectations there. And of course, we should include basic benefits. And any offer letter usually includes those basic items. Well, the CDL is extra, but vacation,
time, all
healthcare,
that
sick
stuff,
time,
yeah.
things like that. Should be in the offer letter.
Yep.
And if I can find one, we can use it as a base.
I was
I
gonna say,
probably
if you have a
have
template, then we can just,
I'll look in my documents for work. I know I put enough of them together. It's just getting my hands.
And then we would encourage him to get started on signing up for that CDL course. He has to do the course to
Yep.
take, but he has to have his physical and then he can do the provisional, if you want to call it that.
Okay.
we should do it in Newport.
Right.
He's in job.
Yeah. Explain Newport's the best place to go do that.
For the test itself,
Yeah, well, for the,
The physical.
class. Oh,
Yeah.
oh,
for the provisional one, if you want to call it.
I get it.
Does he have to get the permit? Gotcha.
Yeah, Josh says the best place to do the permit is Newport. Because when you do your physical, you have to put down whether you have a permit or not, but you
Oh,
can't
gotcha.
get a permit without the physical.
Gotcha.
So he said, if you do this, then Newport's the better spot to go to get it.
Perfect.
And he would encourage him because the gentleman, the classes are filling up pretty regularly is what Josh was saying. So he would encourage him to get his name in on the list to start.
Because we were putting a time limit on
Yeah,
getting.
we gave
these.
till June. I just want to make sure.
It also should be in the.
That was based on him, sorry, Amber, you had a question.
Yeah.
Oh, I missed
In
it.
something like this, we're offering a specific contingency that's kind of unique. Do we have an attorney to get?
Well,
Yeah.
we have an attorney's office, who we've used in the past that we can have them. It said letter.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
can
make
just
sure it
look
makes
it
sense.
over and make.
Or we could just send it
We
to,
switch to.
Yeah. Megan, yeah.
Megan.
yeah, Megan or the league, one or the other, we can have them look and see. Either or, because we do pay the league as well, their fees, one or the other.
Oh,
Um,
good point. We had said June,
We
but
may
that's
need
when
to
we thought
ratchet
he
it.
would be starting the beginning of March. Do we want to push that back to make it?
We
especially
may,
the
we may want to go July 1st.
Go
July
after-
1st is kind of hard because of the holiday, but June
Said
30th,
June 30th. No, we said
Yeah.
June 30th.
then
Then
do
June,
July
June
30th.
30th or July 1st,
Right.
either one, yeah.
Well, we said June 30th, but now.
Oh, we
We're gonna push them back.
He can get it done by June 30th if he
Better
gets
move
in
road.
the.
I would think, I mean, I guess we gotta figure out a starting date and then he's probably gonna need 2 weeks
Right.
on top of that. So I mean,
Yeah, we need to put a start date in there as well. I'll
Yeah.
find one of
Okay.
mine. Do you want me to send it to you? Do you want me to doctor it? What do you want me to do?
And he can get signed up even though he
I'll
isn't,
doctor it. I'll send
Okay.
it back to
you know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Name in the class so that
Yeah,
he can start that and then we figure it out.
Yeah, I mean, he was
Pick a
working
date,
towards it
maybe,
anyhow.
you know, down the road a bit, but cause it only takes maybe 2 weeks, 3 weeks of the class to get that
I
done.
get it.
Get the B
Yeah.
or just get the permit to
To
drive?
to get the actual,
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah, I think when I,
Much quicker than I
the
thought.
classroom isn't too bad. It's the practical side. It's
Oh,
the
that'll
number of
give you-
hours they usually give you.
You know,
to
Josh was advising against it. That'll give him, it'll be an easier test. It'll be easier for him
Yeah.
to digest.
Yes,
The B?
Yes.
I think, I
And they
know
take-
we want someone with an
and
A,
they take you through the course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
but I think it would be. I don't want to say my personal opinion, but I'm going to put my personal opinion out there, obviously. If he gets a B and then one of the guys that have been driving for a while goes for the A, to upgrade their
I
B
don't have
to
a
an
problem.
A.
No, I would agree
Or
with that,
have them
John.
do
Yeah,
the-
yeah. I
One or
would
the
agree.
other, I just,
Yep. Go for the B now and then we'll figure the
Say that's
B out
kind of
after.
Al's department. You can
Yeah.
figure out
Yep.
who's getting
who
it.
needs to do what.
Right.
yep.
Yeah. So, what else you have?
Other than that, these are good, roads are muddy. And so we're kind of seeing Mother Nature. But honestly, today they're better than I thought they were going to be. There's definitely some potholes, but far as like drying up, we're doing okay. Knock on wood.
Better than other towns. I've heard some of the other towns are.
I bet.
A lot of washouts on a lot of roads.
So I mean, we're okay, you know.
Let's see as soon as the SAP trucks start rolling, how good they.
No salt at the end is a good thing. Because the salt actually makes it worse when it starts to break up.
All right. Yeah, we still actually, it's good. We still got salt from last year. We kind of, we got the last load and I kind of put the reins on Brian. I'm like, hold off a second here because, so honestly, the stuff that we have now, it has some sand and we could always mix it in with our sand pile this summer, and then get some fresh stuff.
How's your sand pile doing? We're all pretty good.
Yeah, we're doing okay.
No problem making it to the end of the season.
I think we're good. Definitely needed this February thaw, so to speak.
Did you get the excavator up there?
The excavator's here. We got that. We're actually, hopefully tomorrow, they're gonna bring us some filters, so we're gonna service it. A little bit of downtime, get some things in but we had Goodhue, I think, move it.
Yeah.
I think that's what it was. And the guy was super nice. He quick came and got it and
Good.
We've worked with him before.
he hasn't given us a bill yet, so I don't know what, the cost is between him and the other guy, but I mean, he was quick. And if the cost is decent like that, I mean, that many times as we move it versus buying a trailer, I mean, you're.
Yeah, you brought that up at the last meeting, whether we actually needed someone with a Class A or needed our own trailer.
I mean,
Long run.
it's a catch 20.
That was moving it for us before. Was Josh moving it before or was it,
No, it was a guy in town.
was it Marcotte doesn't have a trailer, right?
Dan did a few times for us, yeah. And then we had Jarvis.
Draper? Was
move it, and then I don't know who was before that.
There's a lot of people with trailers out
Yeah.
there.
Yep.
It's unusual that you can't get at least one of them.
Right.
Yeah, I can get that up there.
Yep,
It's something to keep in the back of our mind before we
right,
buy a trailer. And if you
Yep.
don't have a trailer, we don't need to have someone with a Class A either.
right. So, that's one of those things. But yeah, other than that, everything's straightforward. We've been still trying to work on a plow for the little Kubota. The used one we found on Marketplace, after looking at the photos and asking a few more questions, it wouldn't fit. So we're back to like,
Ordering one.
I was gonna say, if you check with Champlain Equipment, maybe sometimes they
I
have.
had it in stock to begin.
yeah, we found it at Champlain Valley.
Yeah.
And it's a little pricey. I mean, it is, but it isn't, it's still under 3 for the most part. And then Brian got on and he found a Kubota dealership just outside of Manhattan, New York.
Yeah.
And I think they're like $1,000 cheaper. And the guy was super nice, asked any questions. And I was like, wow, I mean, heck, it's only over there. I mean, it'd be worth the drive. This customer service, I feel like is a thing of the past now.
Yes. Yep.
Much cheaper.
So I mean, $1,000 cheaper, but
Heard any,
I definitely think we should, get it before next winter. I think the sidewalks will do a whole lot better with a little blade.
I was gonna say, and that's the other thing, we're still technically in winter. If we go into the spring, early summer, that price may drop. Even
Right? Yep.
because, it's out of season at that point. They don't want to hold on to that stock. And it may be there already. I don't know.
Yep.
We authorized him to purchase that.
Right. Yeah, we did. So it's up to you, chief.
Do you might have a question? No?
See, the snow blower we have is on our little tractor is getting up there, and we bought that tractor when I first started as a select board, which is probably 16, 17 years ago. And it's seen its better days. And even when it's fully operational, it leaves an inch or so of snow on the bottom, which packs in and never gets picked up.
Yeah.
Whereas a blade
What's that?
close
Right, so maybe shop it some.
for a blade to go on the front of that tractor. Yes.
Oh, yep. So they need to sign it? Yeah, I'm
Points for the
90%
road portion.
sure. You know what? Is it really crucial? Do you want me to double check it, Tammy? Yeah, I think this is the one that Kathy wanted Mac to look at, and there was some miscommunication in it. Yeah, I'll double it up just to make sure. And then the next time I can have you guys,
So
sign
now
it.
we have all these applications. You said you went through and they're all good for signatures.
Yes, those are the ones, they're from like 2021, 22,
There's 22.
and the 25.
125.
Yep,
Just have our.
yeah, those are good. They're done, I should
So this
say.
this is the second signature, except I thought I saw one didn't have a first
We're
signature.
gonna have to sign some of these twice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the 20 July on the front page. We signed it here.
Down here. Yep.
Yeah.
So
So, these are projects that have been done well before some of our time. I saw Brenda had signed one of them, Churchill. So, but we finally have confirmation that they've been
Done.
completed. Just saying, 5 years later, so,
We're just drawing a line under those
Yeah.
projects.
well, I'm just gonna,
Yeah.
Alan has done the legwork for us. Thank you, Alan. Confirmed they are completed. So,
their access.
Like I said before, I'm still trying to learn the process and figure it out and.
oh,
2022 was before your time.
Yeah.
The only person sitting on this board that was here in 2022 was 100% land.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to think.
He's been here since the 20s.
Sorry. I think I'm either I'm either just here or
my
I'm
second.
on my
I think
second
it's-
three.
might
I'm
have
a
been-
slacker. Maybe
Right
22 or
around-
maybe 23.
I came right around 22.
Did you?
Yeah, because I've been here 2 terms, so 4 years. The 26th. You've been here more than that.
Yeah, I guess maybe I was here.
Yeah.
Moving along.
Exactly.
Question.
Yes.
No, these are not for all residences. Some of them are agricultural.
Yeah,
Some of
some,
them are second and cents. So I
some,
was asking a good question. Do they have to apply for 911 address at the same time they apply for this?
that would be a question for Brian, but I'm gonna say yes. Yeah, that would be
Was-
Brian on the zone.
Was handled by Matt Hole.
Yeah.
Right? And then Matt stepped away from it.
Brian does it.
To us, and we assigned it to the zoning board administrator, which would be Brian.
Yeah.
It was a toss up because, you know, with these, to your point, you're absolutely right. They're already out there looking. So it's like, who do you give it to? But we decided that the zoning board administrator was the better choice,
I don't know
right?
if we ever officially gave it to, yeah. We discussed it, but I don't know. if
Some
we-
of them are like little access, driveway access for like a sap
Did
tank.
we?
Good.
Okay,
So it's,
I couldn't remember. if
Yeah,
we
you don't
actually-
need it.
Okay,
Craziness.
I guess we did, John, and we must have voted on it. I forgot. That's all.
It's all good.
Or it was a
Yes.
consensus meeting.
Todd?
Yeah, you're on, you're an EMT, you're an ambulance. The 911, as I understand as a realtor, is for you to help find somebody whose house is on fire.
Yes.
Does the system allow for, like, say, a sugar house or someplace where there might be a fire that's not a dwelling?
Every driveway or access point has to have a 911 address. The state oversees it, but Brian is the administrator of it. So if they find that there's a place like, I know Matt got into somewhere, whoever was numbering it before was off the way they were doing it. So there's a whole road that the numbers are all off on. The state wanted us to change those numbers and we said no. Because these people have been getting packages here for 20 years.
Right.
We're not gonna change them now. So it's all based on meters and distance from the last known position and all that stuff. So yeah, every address, every driveway is supposed to have an address, any building. So if you go to the golf course, like 7595 is the actual golf course building, and the maintenance shed is 7707, I think it is.
Yeah.
They don't have dwellings.
Right. Right.
Well, I
What
think- I
we've
think-
done in the past is the fire department, we've asked to make sure that any driveways that are being put in, we've been given access to look at those driveways prior to being put in, especially if they're a long driveway, we want to make sure they meet the planning requirement, which we just gave to them for the new plan, which says it's going to be X amount wide, X amount high for clearance, and it has to have a turnaround at for the biggest piece of apparatus, which is Enosburg's ladder truck at this point.
yep, makes sense.
But you know what? I'm not sure that a ladder truck, it's a big enough turnaround for a ladder truck.
Ladder truck's about 34 feet, 35 feet. So
I'm
you
not
get-
quite sure
So
you
it
make
doesn't
it
have to be a
full-
circle. It can be a three-way pivot.
Oh, I have.
You know what I'm saying? You're right.
Around the
Yeah.
tree.
It's just to be a
saying.
turnaround so you don't have to back up.
The UPS does it, so it must
Yeah,
work.
it must be.
So anything else? Al?
I don't think so. I'm sure there's something, but I'll forget it until I walk out.
Any update on the new little
Yeah,
truck at all?
little
You heard
truck.
anymore?
The little truck, every now and then you get a message saying that it's moved or it's been,
So it's on its way. to the
it's on,
dealership.
yes, it's being shipped and
Yeah.
so that'll definitely help out. We did, speaking of, not to change the topic, but you got me thinking, we got an estimate for the trees.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Woodpecker.
Yeah, somebody, I forget his name today. It was briefly, we were headed out the door, came in and give us an estimate on dropping those trees, and I think one by Brigham Academy.
By the hydrant down.
Yes, and it didn't seem too far off on price, but that was just to drop the thing in the road or whatnot. And I asked him if he would reevaluate it and see about giving us also another quote, maybe doing some partial cleanup.
Mhm.
Because once those trees hit the ground, they're gonna make a mess.
They're gonna be a real.
And it's gonna take a while to clean them things up. And I mean, if it's just Brian and I and obviously, you know, we get Nick on board, so it basically two of us that are,
Ditching and other things.
yeah, it's gonna take a while, especially if, you know, some of it's gonna go in the cemetery.
Chipped.
That's what I asked the individual. I said, well, you know, can you give us a quote maybe on just chipping it?
Yeah.
Because pick it up, chip it, dump it at the school. I mean, we're willing, like it's from us, we'll help as much as we can, you know. But it's like one of those things, I don't know if
Right.
Brian and I and even Nick, if it depends on, like, if they did one tree, like 1 week or something we did, but I think what they would probably do is,
Yeah, they're gonna drop them.
and that will definitely overwhelm us, you know, so it's like,
What about, are they gonna grind the stumps out too? Is that part of your initial quote?
what's that?
Stump grinding?
No, I didn't ask about the stump grinding, but I mean, that might be something to think about as well. And I did notice that, which is kind of odd, the woodpeckers are chewing at the cedar trees
Yeah.
on the corner, and
I saw
I
that too.
was like, wow, they don't usually go
So
for
there must be
cedar.
something infested in them that they're after.
It's either,
Because of carpenter.
Yeah.
ants.
Yeah.
because I know, I got thinking, you know, I backed, I was like, boy, when I'm mowing, they're weed whacking,
Mhm.
things bite me, and I'm like, yeah, you know, I'm flinging my shoe off, like, it just got me, and now it dawned me, I bet they're ants.
Yeah. It's carpentarians, yeah.
So, when they cut the trees, those things are probably gonna,
Go every which
Yep.
direction.
they're gonna go direction, so,
They'll infest another tree.
yep,
Cut them and chip them.
that's what and that's what I was saying, it might be, you know, I mean, if it was just a one tree, we might be able to clean it up, but that's, I mean, you're gonna need people to watch the road, to stop traffic, that's definitely gonna be
Is there any chance those trees can come down before they fully leaf out?
that would be the,
That'd be nice.
Would be the goal before.
that would be
leaves,
the,
yeah.
yes, that would be the goal,
What was the estimate?
1,300.
For how many trees? Is that,
Four or five,
Five, right?
so that
Yeah.
total or each?
Yeah, that's just drop.
that's just dropping them.
Drop.
So, yeah, we need the disposal fees.
How many
Yeah.
trees did you say?
I think there's four or five, maybe four, five,
Five at the most.
five at most. So it's, you know, it didn't sound bad. That's why,
I would guess that the estimate is going to be closer to 1,000 per tree to.
Yeah, that's what I would have
yeah.
guessed.
So I mean, I told him if he could.
I mean, it is what it is. They've got to come down before
Right.
somebody gets hurt.
The liability issue if we don't, right?
So.
Yeah. I mean, we certainly have a chipper. It's just older. I don't know if it would keep up. I mean,
Well, I helped last time we took 2 down out here.
Maybe we talk to Josh, see if the Cohollow career people would like to come help out,
There you go.
right?
right?
Bit of community service, you know?
Yeah, that's community service that counts towards your graduation.
Is it-
The old chipper worked then.
Yeah, it's definitely gonna be some cleanup. Is those things,
Oh, it took a while, yeah.
I mean, I'm surprised the wind, knock on wood, hasn't.
That one over there. Yeah.
I'm just waiting to come in and I'm like, oh, boy. No. But, so what I'll do is I'll reach out and see if we can get another quote.
Yeah.
On maybe, you know, just to cover our bases and just see what we're up against.
Thank you. Anything else for Alan? No, please. Anybody? Anything else for Al?
What's that?
Anything
No,
else for Al?
thank you.
Thanks,
very
Al.
much.
Perfect.
Keep up the good work.
Have a good one.
You have your thing here. So moving on, board business, police contract.
The only thing I have for an update there is I spoke with Jesse Woods over in Enosburg again.
Yeah.
Everything's still kind of on hold, but they were getting ready to replace their radio system until they found out the state has a new radio plan and that they're pushing through, which says they were looking at going to low band
Yeah.
or UHF
Uh-huh.
because you get better penetration, better coverage. But in this new plan, the state's pushing forward, only police will be on UHF, VHF will be all of the.
Oh, so they're gonna segment the traffic.
So it's kind of been put on hold. They showed it to the people from Bearcom said that's the first we've seen of it. We don't think this is going to work because the problem with VHF is Canada turns everything down because it affects their taxi cabs and stuff.
Ah,
So that's why the thought was go UHF. They don't even bother the UHF frequencies.
gotcha.
So we're kind of in a hold pattern for that right now. So that's also put their police contract on hold. So that's when I brought up to him, hey, when we get the new sheriff in town
Yeah,
in November,
figure it out.
let's sit down, all of us as a group together from the different towns and have a discussion with the new sheriff on what we can do to benefit all of us together.
Thank you. So Amber, just so you know, and you may have noticed, you may have heard, what we do is we generally kind of divide up all the work. Right now, Todd has the police side of it. So he's chasing all the police contracts and all. MERP is mine. So I'll give the update on MERP. We're still cruising along with MERP. Obviously, the library is way ahead of us in the projects being done. The good news is, as you may or may not have seen in the actual mail, we have our 2 quotes for the furnaces, the replacement of the 2 furnaces. Yeah, it's, oh my God. We'll just leave
Blood
that.
out of the proverbial stone.
It's just insane getting this. So, and I'm sorry. So, the good news is we have 2 local organizations, both out of St. Albans, who have put together their estimates for us. Did you get a chance to look at them?
Yes.
Did you get to look at them?
Yep.
Okay. So, I'm not sure if we want to go to executive and talk about this, if we just want to talk about it in open. Do we want to make a decision tonight so that they can schedule this?
I think it's been a long time coming. I think we need to make a decision
Make a
tonight.
Yep. I
Okay.
agree with Lance.
And I don't think we need to go into executive, do we?
No.
'Cause, yeah.
Okay.
We
All
can
right,
put it
perfect.
in the quickest.
It would have been.
Can put it in the quickest.
Well, they both say that, they're coming to the end of the season, they're opening up, they want to schedule it. Both of them said the same thing, and they're close in price. You're talking, $1,000 different, $900 difference. They both give, Gage gives a much more detailed breakout, but they both generally hit all the same pieces. Both of them will not pay for the carpentry needed, because we have to open up the desk that's right out
Makes
here. We have to open up that wall.
Total sense, yeah.
Both have said, and actually Holbert made me laugh in what he said, they'll do their best to get the green monster out of the basement, which is the big one. Is the big one, and everything is dependent upon need. So do we need, well, I still need to sign them.
Oh.
Do we need,
He's somebody who didn't do his job.
do we need new fuel lines? Do we need blah, blah, blah? So
We're not going to know that until.
Yeah.
We don't
enough.
until we've got a quorum on it, so.
it doesn't matter. But thank you. Both of them are the same size furnaces. They both said the same thing. They don't believe that one big unit down there will suffice. They believe that the way we have it actually set up is optimal, because we're not heating this area and upstairs as often, and they'd have to build out a whole new set of zones. So
Makes sense.
this is the bigger area. It had the bigger unit, that one running more often.
Yep.
So, they're pretty much close. Is it the cheapest one you want to go with? Is there time wise, they're both saying the season's coming to an end, they need to
Did you
schedule
deal
it.
with them?
I dealt with both of them.
So you dealt with the customer service aspect. Which one would you recommend?
I don't want to badmouth anybody, but it took a lot to get Bernie Gage's quote. A lot.
That's my choice.
And we know where Harold lives.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, it did, honestly, it was like pulling
Good, but I think.
Holbert.
Harold,
How do you say it? There's an E in there. Holbert, Hulbert.
There's two of them.
well, you and I first.
Holbert.
Oh, okay.
And it isn't Alan, it's his Everett, I think, is actually the one doing
Yeah.
it. Okay.
I will make the motion that we go with Alan Hubert, 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 Hulbert. For $17,500 for the installation of the 2 hot air furnaces here at the town hall.
I'll second that.
Motion's been
That's
made.
why we went.
Motion's been made and seconded that we go with the estimate from Holbert for 17,500. All those in favor? Oh, any further discussion? No. All those in favor, please say aye. Any against? No. 5-0. Tammy, you just want to congratulate Everett and let them know that we're over. Well, we should schedule it. I would say that we should probably wait till May to ensure that we're not gonna need the heat in some kind of crazy storm in April or something. And have them do it over the warmer months.
Is the
Unless
installation
it dies.
based on the fact we need a carpenter as well? No?
Well, that's true too. We're gonna have to get a carpenter. That's gonna be in excess of this initial amount. Not me. I'm not ripping out. I
Say you're
will,
gonna get the
I
contract.
will talk to Alan Holbert. We just have to.
He may have somebody he works with, that's why I'm.
Yeah, we can ask if he has a preferred carpenter
Mhm.
or general contractor. GC.
Like, do we have business as usual, or is that a happen?
I know that they're gonna be down there breaking it apart, moving things out, so it will not be done only on Fridays, but I would assume that the office should be able to stay open during it. I mean, they're gonna be primarily down there, except for taking in and out.
You may have to move your.
Right.
Yeah,
move it
that's
down,
gonna happen.
Or move a
That
table.
will- There you go. The table's probably gonna have to go
Tables,
too.
yeah. Yep.
It,
Oh, and be
My,
safe.
my guess is.
we'll have to cone it or we'll have to have caution tape or whatever, put up some kind of barrier. And they have to tether their child. I don't know what to tell
I
you.
think that's when you say we have construction going on.
We put a sign in the construction.
Yeah.
Progress, please. Yeah.
We can't shut the office because it may take months. It may take a month or two. Well, they have to break, the problem is the big green one down there, they have to break apart and get out. So that one's gonna take an effort to get that out.
We just get the old.
Get the old system out, it's gonna be an effort. At one point, we were talking about, if you remember the TV show The Munsters, we were talking about the stairs, so they could lower it down. If you remember, stairs used to open. Yeah, that would be nice. That's it. Exactly. So anyhow, that's it for MERP. I will let them know. I will also contact Gage and thank them. However, and inform them they didn't win the bid. And we'll see where we can go from there. I will check on the contract. I'll take care of it. No problem. We're up to warrants and reports, which we've already taken care of. Brigham Academy, anything?
I have nothing new, but I expect to hear from them by the end of the month,
Excellent.
at which point we'll
Where to sign that one?
get them to schedule some sort of informational meeting for the town.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is a good thing, right? We're getting closer.
They did reach out through the Historical Society website
Mhm.
and couldn't arrange to come to one of our meetings, monthly meetings. But I think they'll come to the next one. They were expressing specific interest in people who attended Brigham.
Okay.
There is a email from Alex in the mail pile about a grant that's coming up.
Yes, it's in the mail.
We signed the school, we signed the historical society, I think, not the historical society, I'm sorry, the library. Why am I not seeing his email?
Are you talking the one for?
It's there.
It's here. It's the one that Lance made
There
little
it is.
notes
It
on.
is.
Yep.
Yeah, so this one we have a deadline of March 26th. And it's through Peter Welch's office. I mean, it sounds a little vague. That deadline is
Considering
project.
what they're asking, we have. Our estimates have to be based on plans.
Right, and
And there's no way that
Yeah.
we can get that.
I think we need to be much further along in any given process
Yes.
before. I will
I
email.
definitely think if this is going to be offered again next year, that it would be.
We need lead time.
Yeah,
We should be looking like.
yes.
We did discuss,
Get that
did touch on that.
Even though we might just have it ready.
If they can help Jason Savoy and Jack Patterson on Brigham, that's good, but I hate to say it, our primary focus should be the garage.
So I will plan on responding to Alex and letting him know that we can't do anything for this deadline. But that town garage is something that we do
Yeah.
need to focus on. So that being said, in order to be able to get grants in the future, we're gonna have to move in some way, just have a, kind of like we did with the library, we had a plan in place.
We're gonna have to-
You have to develop it all over again. You can look at other towns that have put garages in and actually use those plans if they fit what we want.
We need to contract some kind of engineer and
Yeah.
get something drawn up and a written estimate. And there's no way that we could get that in that timeframe.
Thank you.
Do we
So-
have it in our budget to be able to do that?
No, we'll have to plan it, but in order to get a grant, we're gonna have to have
That's what I
that
mean,
plan.
we're gonna need to do that
Yeah.
And of course,
soon,
And getting the plans is gonna cost us money.
yeah.
Unless we can find that already out there that we just need stainless, right?
But it is-
We're still gonna need an engineer to say this site's suitable for that. Yeah,
I mean, Fairfields is beautiful. It's pretty big though.
Yeah.
I think
Fairfields is, we can do a downsized version of that.
that is a monster of a goal.
Oh, excuse
The
me.
other thing is where we putting it.
That is the other
You
thing.
gotta look at, I think we look at the property up there on Egypt Road.
Yeah.
And we look at here and compare the two, and I think you're gonna find it's gonna be cheaper to do up there than it is to try to figure this thing out down here.
Well, this one here, yeah, because we're living in it, right? You're talking about we live in, so how, we'd have to move everything somewhere else and
Yeah.
store it.
How much land we have to.
We have the land to do it on, so.
So would it make sense to put this on a specific agenda and actually devote some time to really fleshing out?
We should.
So why don't we put it on the next meeting agenda?
This is called.
This is town garage
Future
discussion.
Town Garage.
And that maybe that'll bring some people to the
It might.
to the meeting. Crazy. Exactly. Yeah, it's warm and the land is a little dry. We've already, we've reviewed the mail. Does anyone have any?
And we made talk about, you guys made talk. I just wondered where we're at with the Wi-Fi that was at the storage shop.
It's the same one here and
Heather was.
Heather was looking in that. Heather was looking into it because she was on the original project.
Because my thought is that they threw this away, we need to go back to them and say, then you need to replace the equipment which wasn't yours. Just
Right.
because you didn't know it wasn't yours.
Doesn't give you
Doesn't
the right
mean
to
you
go
have
around
the
it.
authority to throw it away. And this came from federal printers, I imagine. So we have to have that in place, otherwise we can.
Don't know.
We don't know.
We could ask, I mean, it's off, that's for sure.
And it's a matter of them, if they don't want us starting with on there, more than welcome, I'm sure the partner will put it on theirs. I'm just saying, we might find another location.
Is this the hotspot?
Yeah, but this house is off as well, that's the
Yeah.
problem.
There was one
The convenience store?
at the convenience store, and there's one at the library.
Oh, you think that's why it disappeared?
Because they're all tied together. And that could be the first one.
On the way,
I don't know which
right.
one.
They can't really shut last one here, so because people are researching, they can't access anything.
We could simply open up the current network on a second band to make it a hotspot. I mean, we could force the current internet that we're on right now. We could, there's two bands on that,
Mhm.
2.4 and a 5. We could split it out and
Make
make
one a
the other
guest.
one. Yeah, make the one the guest network. No password or.
Well, that was- for some reason, they may be able to put in and actually say, okay, these 2 hours.
Who's they?
Whoever's to get the service come.
That's what-
Comcast.
That's the, we don't know.
Town hall.
Yes.
That was not.
I think we just do what John suggested.
That-
I think we just do what John suggested.
Can you do that, John?
Oh, split that? Yeah, we just need the password to the router, look at it and split it and make it guest. It's not hard.
I will talk to Heather about the hotspot.
They don't get a little, maybe we'll run, we'll try to do it.
I will try to find some time. We'll have to catch them when Comcast, we're gonna have to call Comcast unless you guys know your router. Yep. It's shared bandwidth. So if, let's say someone's out in the parking lot watching YouTube videos, they're borrowing. The listeners are just gonna have to go back to dial up.
I think we find out.
Facts.
How much does this one cost us?
It's like 19, how much is Comcast? 12 or 19 a month? 19 bucks a
For
month.
$19 a month, is put in the second one.
If Comcast can drop us. Pretty sure they know. that.
Yeah.
I don't wanna bring that up at all, podcast, I just wanna go.
Or we're hiding.
And we'll see where we are and then.
Yeah, we just need to talk about it.
Because they put it in bid when there was a crisis. When
Yep.
Kids couldn't go to school
Some of the state.
and at the time.
That was our contact with them, so.
And it was.
Maybe they.
And they never.
That's what
Right.
Paul was saying.
Who
But
they
no,
will.
if they stop paying for it, it'd be nice to know
Well, that's through the.
through who and how much was it.
Agency of.
Communications.
Computer stuff. Whatever it is that,
Yeah.
there's like 16 different layers, because everyone has their own, so you
Right.
figure out which one it's on.
Yeah, I have no idea.
That's right.
My Heather might be able to.
I'll
talk to her.
Yeah.
Involved with the CEO.
We'll just, I'll just bring it up to the next meeting and we'll go from there.
That was just.
So-
Okay with that one.
So the only other thing for the mail was the website photos. Does anyone object to letting this
FC.
truefranklin.com,
Yeah.
letting them use images of Bakersfield?
I will make
I'll make the motion, we allow the
Truesomething.com.
FCID.
FEIDC utilize the town website so that they can use photos in there to encourage people about our town.
Who took the photos? Are we,
County Industrial Development.
It's images that are on our website.
right, but are we giving away someone's copyright or did we take them or?
It's all our stuff. There's none.
Yes.
Right.
Right. It's to encourage people, this is Bakersfield, this is what it's about.
Yeah, I just,
So the website that we have developed, all of the imagery on that was stuff that SJ put together or that we had, so it's
Okay.
not a copyright situation.
Okay.
My motion.
I second it.
Perfect. Motion is made and seconded. Any further discussion? Seeing none, move to the vote. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any against? 5 ayes. I think that was it from the mail, right? Close. Others?
I want to talk about cell towers, cell service.
More discussion?
What can we do to make it finally happen? Because we're going into the dark ages as copper line goes away.
Right.
With or without us, it's going away.
She's, her, Andrew's up there is she wants to discuss the cell phone towers.
Or lack thereof.
Or lack
So
thereof.
the current one being installed or trying to be installed on Matt Hull's property down off Borderville Road in
Oh.
Enosburg. The last update I received was it's now in the hands of the state of Vermont. They had that 30-day meeting, which I attended. They were supposed to have another one 30 days later, which was postponed because the state's looking to get some information together that they haven't got together yet.
Okay.
So at some point that will come down to the end of that 30 days. And then they have, I think it's 15 days, 20 days for people to again,
Complaint.
complain, if you want to call it that. But if it goes through, then it would hopefully get started this year, at least getting the tower up. The problem we have is the original tower was going to be 140 feet tall,
Okay.
which would allow for 4 to 5 cell phone providers to go on that tower.
Mhm.
By dropping it down to 120 feet, they can only put one cell phone provider on there.
Why are we dropping it?
Why are we holding it down to 120 feet?
Because the Regional Planning Commission, it was originally approved, this is again my understanding, it was originally approved and then they disapproved it for whatever reason, I'm not 100% sure, and it went back into the whole process again. So they've kind of gone through this. They ended up suing the Regional Planning Commission, and it went all the way down to some big guy down, big judge, federal judge, who ended up saying he kind of agreed, but said it should be able to be done at a lesser. So that's why it's at a lesser level.
So to get more carriers, so to save 20 feet.
Yeah.
We need 5 towers instead of 1.
Yeah.
Okay, so long as the people who are saying they don't want it are willing to look at 5 towers.
And in the meeting that
instead of
I
1.
listened to, the current tower is, the triangle
Yep.
kind of, right? The Regional Planning Commission, one of the people on there stated that they would like to see it as the fiberglass pole, if you want to call it.
Yeah.
The problem is that even limits less on what can go on that. So it comes down to, and I said this in the meeting as the fire chief, I said, first, the select board, we support this 110%.
Yeah.
But as a firefighter, after 9/11, we said the worst thing we had was we didn't have cell phone coverage, we didn't have radio communications, and paging was horrible. We're in 2026 and that has
Same.
not changed.
Yep.
So I said, that,
It's going away.
right. And so
Well-
I said, we really need to be more proactive at getting these towers in. I know the state in this plan that they're talking about has towers being installed. When I left the state, AT&T was supposed to put 5 towers in within the next 5 years. I've been retired, they put 1 in
Yeah.
the last 5 years. And it was because they're hitting the roadblock with Act 250 and some of the state stuff that is saying, oh, you can't do that. But yet they'll throw these panels out there for all this, and they'll throw up those big, tall windmills, which,
Yeah.
to me, that's what my father-in-law was on the original Act 250 commission and said that was intended to stop, taking away from Vermont's view. These towers, you don't even see the tower.
No. Hey, if they want windmills, you can have a cell phone tower that looks like a windmill. Just build a damn 140-foot wind.
So we're on record as supporting it. Now, just so you guys know, if this gets approved, then they will be looking for a tower in the Bakersfield area. They've
Yeah.
already looked at one piece of property, but because of the way it kind of finagles with different landowners, they didn't feel it was a fit. So they've kind of put that on hold until they know for sure this is going in, but they will be coming to Bakersfield in the future asking for. That's why I wanted to make sure in our plan that it says
gonna say,
we can put a
so-
tower up to 200 feet in this town.
It's really key that were you at that meeting, Amber, the community meeting with the planning commission back in?
December, January.
About the survey or?
Yes, yeah,
I didn't get to the one.
okay. So there was a big discussion about cell towers, and as you might imagine, the planning commission is coming, I think the first meeting in May, to talk about the town plan, and that piece, I think, is something we really need to get on the same page. I'm not convinced that we are on the same page as the planning, I shouldn't say the planning commission as a whole. There are definitely some opinions that need to be.
You remember one of your current planners is the regional planning director.
Yeah, the board has the final say on the town plan.
I agree with you. We need to be looking future.
This
Yeah.
is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's come up.
20% of Bakersfield, or some, is seniors.
The copper lines are getting pulled that happened to Matt on the farm. They actually pulled all of his Wi-Fi, everything, because we don't support that anymore.
Yeah.
He had to go get Sky, whatever it is,
Oh,
to temporarily get himself set up until he
Starlink.
could get someone else in there.
yeah, Starlink.
Yeah.
You're saying it
Starlink.
wouldn't let you keep your.
Yeah,
Lamp.
when I had Fidium installed, I said I wanted to keep my phone copper line because when there's no power,
Right.
I still can call 911 or whatever. And they told me, yeah, no, the plan is consolidated. It's pulling all the copper out.
All
All
the
the
copper
support it
out.
anymore.
And they're the ones that are supporting Fidium,
Right.
right?
Yeah, Fidium they kind of rebranded as
Yeah.
Fidium. Yeah.
So
And Fidium's
it's
great too.
urgent,
this
an
time.
urgent matter, I think.
Yeah.
We are behind the ball.
Way behind. And we gotta stop having 1 or 2 individuals put roadblocks up. And that's what, honestly, my understanding is that's what's happened. We have a small subset of people who hold the role of responsibility who have stepped in and intervened and caused things to get stalled and or fail for their personal bias. And you got to remember, we're here for the community and the good, overall good, not for.
Well, Bakersfield spoke is in support. Enosburg's select board is 110% supportive. So I think the support is there from all the local agencies.
Yeah, we just have to make the regional planning commission
And
understand.
I think they understood that in the last meeting. Yeah,
I think
we were telling them, you need to support.
It's
Because one of their guys asked the question, why are you only putting one telephone or cell company on there? And he said, well, if you'd let me go back to 140, I could put 4 more.
Yeah, it's just ridiculous. And the signal travels further.
Yes.
The higher you go, the further out you go.
I think it
Less
was a
power.
5-mile radius that would reach.
Right.
The other piece of this is community awareness and involvement, because the last thing we want is all of the,
Yeah.
the public entities agreeing and supporting, and then it goes
To
there's a
votes.
spot and then you
Right.
get the not in my backyard.
Right.
Which is what happened to the one at
Yeah,
Maps.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I think the more community awareness we have and the reality of copper lines going away, there's just some
Yeah.
outreach I think that needs to happen so that people
Wow.
get it.
Well,
That survey was overwhelming.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Tammy?
Get it done now.
Yeah,
Else?
no, I agree. It was. I mean, the community support is there. But there's one thing for people to say, yes, we want it, and then another for it to be, well, it's going to be in that field behind your house.
Right. I want it so long as it's not in my neighborhood.
Yeah,
I'll put it in my neighborhood. I'm
they can go behind my house too.
Oh, they got about 340 acres. They want a
There you go.
spot on there. They
You get a silo? Easiest way is a silo.
got a silo. Already in the
Right.
contract.
So,
Keep bringing
That's
that.
an existing, so you can go in there pretty quick.
any others?
No.
The only other. No, I thought that was
I
May,
thought we asked you.
the first meeting in May.
May.
First meeting in May.
No, it was May. It was May.
Tammy, I'd like to just request, and I guess maybe I should ask the team, the board. Can we all agree that we need to fix the warrants to just reflect select board or
Yes.
instead of selectmen? I know we're almost 50%, you know, saying, you know. No, some of them still show selectmen.
Oh, yes.
Can we just,
Yeah, someone.
Hey, you know what?
Acting out.
no, I'm asking you to please take it to Kathy that the select board has, we're all in agreement with this.
Crazy.
Thank you. That the select board has requested that either remove, we all know what the line is for us. So either remove the total name underneath it or just put select board.
That's what.
I'll make note that this is not the first time this
No,
request has been put forward.
it is not.
Nikki put that
Yes.
forward when she came on board.
Yes, she did.
And she's still scratching out 50% of the warrants. Yeah, yeah, we need to clean it.
And then it was zoning board and something board.
Yeah.
Yeah. We just need all the documentations to please reflect that it's just
Same.
a select board versus
On everything.
on everything, warrants,
It's a signature block.
budget
We
stuff.
saw it tonight, Tammy, was on those road projects that we signed.
Well, they're old though,
I know they're old, but
but we're still seeing it on the, we're still seeing it on the warrants. The warrants.
Signature should be select board.
I'll have them. Probably dropped them off.
Yeah, we just want to make sure that it just reflects select board, please.
Select board and then 5 signatures. That's all you need.
And we're not even asking to be specific names because that'll be too hard. Just remove the man on the back and put board. You have what?
An itty bitty thing.
Yeah,
I spoke up in the meeting before that I didn't have a sense, and part of it was because I didn't read in ahead who was who. But I reached out to Tammy. I used AI and I had it go out to the web and I said, took a picture, the town is funding these, go out to the web and give me 10 sentences about each and how it can directly impact somebody in Bakersfield, and contact information and give the web art URL. And it did in 10 seconds. And I sent that to Tammy and I thought our website can up its game, so to speak, on this is why you're voting for this. This is how it benefits you. You could call
I
them.
agree. No, yeah, I would agree.
I don't know, what were the 10 words? What was the 2 sentences?
that's awesome that you did that.
Were you able to get that other thing
It didn't
corrected?
cross my mind,
Yeah.
but that's a thing.
No.
yeah.
I'm
Oh, yeah, it's crazy.
using AI that way.
I'm just signing into the website off the internet. So if that's the case, then other people are having the same problem.
Thing that I'll explain with the Conservation Commission. So if we're giving somebody a big chunk of money, I was thinking it would be good if there was a description.
Oh, because I
Check
checked.
to my mom who's on it,
No, I checked and it's not the one I sent you.
come to us and say, we'd like.
Yeah, that's.
Because
Okay.
Cambridge wants to
The
Great idea.
plan, because it wasn't the right.
I mean, we could have every
Which I don't care. I'm.
group that's a part of Bakersfield, like the actual Bakersfield groups, write up a little blurb for the website or even a mission statement and have them present it. And either Tammy, who's getting much more website literate, or Sarah Joe, who designed the website for us, update and put sections in there so folks can see.
Another thing I noticed that Enosburg's town work this year.
Hang on one moment. Go
In
ahead.
Enosburg's town book, what they did when it came to that last section,
Yeah.
they list the 3 things like road you know, the money for the paving, money for that, that's listed as a separate, altogether as one article of three things that we're requesting for, into our budget. Anything that benefits the actual town. Then they go to another one and they put all the stuff that is like cat crusaders, those types of things in a separate, and they're all done as one thing.
Right.
I would hate us to do that.
Well, they're listed, no, they're listed, it's like number 6, A, B, C, D, still,
Not-
you're still.
You're voting on the same.
Right, but it lists out the things that are benefiting the town directly
Yeah.
versus the things that aren't in the
Going
town.
or-
They're going out external to the town.
Yeah.
I think that was one thing, I forget who said at town meeting day that they would like to see this move to the actual Australian ballot.
Heather did.
It was Heather.
And actually, I've heard that from other people.
Yeah, other people have said the same thing, that
Yeah.
they would be like to be able to vote on it.
So I feel like this is another big issue to talk about town meeting day, because I would also like us, and I know this has been discussed before, but we have 55, 65 people come to town meeting day.
No, I agree.
Yep.
Voting on huge chunk. I mean, I know we take it out to Australian ballot as well, but we're not inclusive.
No, we have over 1,000 registered voters.
Mhm.
And I would love to see us at least have that community discussion. Should we do it on a Tuesday night, on a Saturday morning, at least have that conversation again, because we haven't had it
From
in
the
a few
traditional
years.
town meeting day.
Well, I mean,
I couldn't come and see it because I could not get the time off, which
yeah, well, that was part of the problem.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that was last minute. It wasn't like,
it was, but
but the other thing is we have elections coming up. We have another round in August,
Mhm.
primaries in general in November. Or
Yep.
did I reverse those?
Right, yeah.
Right? We could, I believe, Tammy, we could put on that ballot or a little side thing, a little article that asks the town,
Right.
would they prefer town meeting day to remain on Tuesday or make it a Saturday and have two check boxes?
Either
and
previous
let 'em
to
vote it out?
yeah.
Yeah, and let them vote it out.
really good.
And then, I would assume we're gonna
I
have.
did that once before, I remember years ago, and they got shot down.
No, this is gonna be a vote.
It'd be a binding
Town meeting
vote,
day
yeah.
deal.
I
Is
think
that
that's-
doable?
Yeah.
And then that way, at least the voters who are coming out, and I know it isn't town meeting day voters, but at least vote, and most people who vote on town meeting day will come out for the primary or
Yeah.
general. They can put their opinion out there, right? And then we'll know.
Yeah.
We'll
You could give
do it
a free
appropriately.
choice. Town meeting day, just like it is today.
Right,
Saturday or an evening. Right,
Or just any.
right, but I'm just, yeah.
yeah, or at evening, yeah,
Yeah.
during evening hours. Because I've heard the same thing you have. It's like people come and they're like, I can't make it. It's not fair. I want to be there for it and I have to work and my work doesn't give me off and I can't take the time off, or, I don't want to give the day up because I need it I have kids who get sick and
Feds don't give that. The
Blah, blah,
state
blah.
does. The state gives it. to all.
We used to,
So-
well, here's a funny thing, Sam got it off, but I didn't. I had to take annual leave.
So, I mean, I take the day off to
He's
do it
listening.
myself. I took the day off. And the other thing is if we move all the money items to the Australian ballot,
What is there to
There's
discuss?
nothing really to talk about.
you have the town positions.
We do.
Right.
With town positions and things like that to talk about, but if you move everything off to the Australian ballot that's money generated, then maybe
You just
people who
use-
are upset that they can't make it due to work, they could still make it by 7 PM to vote.
You do
Yeah.
an evening informational meeting and count that as your town meeting, and then your vote goes on. Yeah.
Which you're gonna have to do if we're
Right.
moving everything to the ballot anyhow, so, but I think there are some options we have, we could
Mhm.
further discuss.
That the same as you, a lot of people are just saying we can't do it anymore.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's not, businesses are not giving that day off like they used to.
it's teachers and retired people
Yeah.
can come,
Yeah, or people who take the day off.
or people who actually take a day of leave or whatever, yeah.
Yeah, lose a day for it. So, is that it for others? We all good? Okay, I motion. Listen for motions.
I would make a motion, we adjourn.
Any seconds to that? Any discussions on the adjournment? No? All those in favor?
Yes.
Aye. 5-0.
Aye.
Now 5-0. I thought I heard you say aye. Sorry. All right, let me turn off the recording. Stop. Yeah.